So hello fellow Earthlings. This is Earthling 6455463728 and Monica Lewinsky, Kim Kardashian. I would say that Monica Lewinsky needs to be more like Kim Kardashian. Now, I am Earthling 64 yada yada yada, and I have an MBA. I have a computer science degree. I got a scholarship. I travel a lot. And I had my own newspaper. Well, it was on newsprint. I did everything myself. I did the reporting, the writing, the layout, the distribution, looking for advertisers. It was not a success, but it's one of the things I'm really proud of. I recently discovered that my blood pressure was 155/97, and now, without drugs or without even going to see a doctor, it's down to 120/80, I think. I helped my sister to get two of her last jobs. They were the highest paying jobs that she's ever had. I made more than 20,000 phone calls, 25,000 around there, phone calls in a year trying to find work. I found some work that was good, some work that I would rather to forget. And I've repaired washing machines, refrigerators, cars, electrical breakers. I see myself as the kind of person who looks for the solution to a problem long and hard until I find it. So that's me. And Monica Lewinsky compared to Kim Kardashian. Well, the thing is, the genesis of both of these people, where they became famous, was a sex scandal. One had a sex tape, and one had sexual relations. Despite what Mr. Clinton might say, he had what we would know as, in the modern era, sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky. So both of them are famous for a sex scandal. The difference is, of course, that Monica Lewinsky is still just famous for that sex scandal, whereas Kim Kardashian has long since moved on from that. She is married to her husband Kanye West, who is very much like her. She has a number of beautiful kids. She's a lot wealthier than she ever was before. I think someone said that her show is being cancelled, but I don't know that it's being cancelled. The people in charge of it, they said that it would be the last season a while before I heard that it was being cancelled. So I don't know if maybe somebody got confused or what it might be. But the difference between these two women is, what do they say? If life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. I don't know Monica Lewinsky, and I just know about Kim Kardashian what I can see. Of course, I don't think that Monica Lewinsky ever wanted to be famous, whereas Kim Kardashian really did always want to be famous. I think she used to work for Taylor Swift, and one can say that Taylor Swift's star is probably not as high as it used to be, and will probably never be again, whereas Kim Kardashian has maintained her presence. I could say, is she as famous as she ever was? No, she probably has dipped a bit, but she has been maintaining that fame. While acknowledging that the two women wanted different things out of life, I can say that for anybody who finds themselves in a situation where they feel that they might not be able to live down something that happened to them in their life, take a good look at Monica Lewinsky, Kim Kardashian, even Kanye West, and figure out which one of these people you want to be. Or even, what's her name? Or even Vanessa Williams. Vanessa Williams came out of not a sexual scandal per se. They had some topless pictures of her when she was a Miss World, when she won Miss World, so they forced her out of it. They took the crown and gave it to someone else. But Vanessa Williams is known after that for a singing career. She's known after that singing career for an acting career. And when that acting career looked like it was almost over, she regained fame as Betty the Ugly. Not as Betty the Ugly, but a character in Betty the Ugly, a Spanish soap opera that was turned into an American TV show. And I don't know, maybe that's it for her. Maybe she has other interests. But very, very few people remember that they had topless pictures of her back in the day and what she lost. Very few people remember what she lost. Whereas Monica Lewinsky was on last week tonight, maybe a year ago, still feeling ashamed and somewhat sad, I think, about what happened to her. The host kind of gave her an opportunity to have this long interview where she could talk about things beyond her sex scandal that happened however many years ago. That's the only thing that we know her for. And yeah, that's the difference. Even Kanye West, when he spoke about his comments on slavery, do many people remember that? He had his church service thing, and that's gone. Then he has his run for president, and that's gone. But he says he'll run again. If anybody ever finds themselves in a situation of Monica Lewinsky, all you have to do is look at what Kanye West, Vanessa Williams, and Kim Kardashian have done. Look for the next thing that you can do that is bigger and carries more weight than what you've done or what has happened to you in the past. You can somewhat erase almost all memory of what you're well known for, depending on how quickly, I guess, you strike while you still have fame, depending on maybe what you choose to do. As a matter of fact, in a way, I think that Monica Lewinsky and Miss Clinton have stuff in common. And maybe the problem is, I don't know if Kim Kardashian wanted to talk about her sex tape. But the only other thing that I remember Monica Lewinsky for recently is that I guess someone wanted to talk about it again. She said no initially. They arranged an interview where they weren't going to talk about it. And she walked out of the interview when the person started asking her questions, and then she wrote about it afterwards. And with respect to Miss Clinton, I remember that she has never had an open, exhaustive conversation about it. And as a result of that, maybe a big reason why she lost her bid to be president. She might want to forget about it, but it's everything that we remember. Yes, she was a senator. Yes, she was a candidate, and she was Secretary of State. But in a documentary about her, the only person who wasn't talking about her scandal was her. And I think that means you end up dragging a lot of it with you. But if you can be like Kim Kardashian, okay, I'm famous. Maybe I don't like how I became famous. If I don't understand how to maneuver fame is like clay. let's shape it into something that we want it to be. If you don't have any clay, whether it's good clay or bad clay, there's very little that you can shape. But once you have something in your hands, somebody can shape it. Maybe not you, maybe you don't know how to do it well, but somebody might be able to shape it. And if she had devoted her entire life, let's say, to philanthropy and raising money to give to orphans, maybe like Bill Clinton, not Bill Clinton, sorry, Bill Gates. Bill Gates is known for Microsoft, but as far as I know, as of right now, maybe he has 1-2% of his money in Microsoft. They say that if he had retained all of that money in Microsoft, he would be the richest person in the world, and not Jeff Bezos out of Amazon, or they say right now that the second richest person in the world is Elon Musk. And of course, Elon has most of his money in SpaceX and most of his money in Tesla. And Warren Buffett is not quite as rich. But the thing about it, and they were discussing this, and yes, it's a bit of a tangent from what we were discussing with respect to what you can do to change your infamy or your notoriety. The thing about it is that they say, I saw an Economics Explained video, and they were saying that if Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk were to try to get out of their shares, they would probably be on par or less than Bill Gates, because if you have your money tied to one thing, like shares in a company, it is difficult to be able to fully flex and use that money. But anyway, forget money for a second. Bill Gates is currently known for his philanthropy. I would say philanthropy in inverted quotes, because he still controls all of that money. So, well, no, I don't know if he does or he doesn't, because they've said that a lot of the money that he's rich, but he has actually given away quite, like, is it $100 billion or some huge amount of money, and yet he is still that rich. So I really have to take a look at it myself and see, but I guess if he'd kept a lot of it, he'd be even richer. But yeah, you can change yourself, you can reinvent yourself, you can start from scratch, but like you can try to change your name or something like that. But people often inevitably follow you. I remember there was one girl who I guess is a lot more like Monica Lewinsky than Kim Kardashian. And I guess that's the thing. I don't think you can run away from your notoriety. This girl, she made a joke where she was going to Africa, and she's worried about getting AIDS or something, and then she laughs, but I'm white, so it's not a problem. The thing is that by the time she landed, she lost her job, and the internet had come for her. She gained a huge amount of notoriety, but she ran from it, and she's still running from it. She changed her name. She works in some of the place that she didn't want to tell the interviewer where she worked. And clearly, it is maybe a gaping open wound in her life. Maybe it's something where she's always looking over her shoulder to see if somebody is caught up with her. If she had just, to me, and I don't know, to me, if she had just fed the beast, sat down and had some interview somewhere with somebody like 60 Minutes or whoever, and just ride that wave, try to get control of it, explain that Jamie Foxx, who is like, but you're not like that. Why do these people think that you're like that? If you sat down with Jamie Foxx and said, hey, hey, this was horrible, this is horrible. But when you try to run, it's like a dog. It's like a tiger. It's like a bear. Some of these you better off running from, maybe, even though they can run faster than you. So I don't know. I think maybe you should just curl up. I think that's what they say for some of these creatures. But a shark, if you're in the presence of a shark, you should swim towards the shark. That's one thing I do know. They say it confuses the shark. Yeah, if you run away, sharks, bears, tigers, lions, the media, society, we know to come for you. If you show weakness, we will come after you. Yeah, why'd you do that? In his book on how to make friends and influence people, Dale Carnegie explained this. He said if you were ever caught in some kind of an issue like this, he said you make or suggest something beyond what you deserve, but not in a joking way, punishment for what you deserve, and let people tell you no, you don't deserve that much. He said it. He's like, I know, I'm sorry, and not just sorry, I deserve blah, 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 blah. And then you have the other people or the other person say, no, we don't have to go that far. And now you're practically absolved. If you give the other person the whip to whip you with, and you tell them to whip you 1,000 strokes, they're probably not going to whip you 1,000 strokes. But if you run, you're going to be like any black guy who is running from the police. You might get shot. So, but nobody teaches this stuff in schools. And, if I were in a particular situation, it might take me a while to realize that, no, you have to turn and face the shark. As a matter of fact, that did happen to me once. And I didn't run. I just kind of didn't attack. And then I realized the person kept coming. And then I realized that I needed to attack. Unfortunately, I guess I pushed it a little bit too far. Not really. I don't think I pushed it too far. I pushed it just enough. But society was not really in favor of that particular stroke. And anyway, I didn't get injured. They injured me. And as far as society was concerned, that was okay. But anyway, back to the topic and almost back to the end. Yeah, I think if Monica Lewinsky, I think she should look at Dale Carnegie, Vanessa Williams, Kanye West, Kim Kardashian. There are people that she can follow. Even Michael Jackson. Ride the wave. Don't run from the wave or from the wolf or from the tiger. Get a stick, make a noise, roar. Or get eaten, get shot, get Monica Lewinsky'd. Yeah, guys, so that's it for me. You can feel free to comment, feel free to share, like, unlike, subscribe, any of those things in the same way that you'd want somebody else to do for a piece that you created. Thanks. And thanks to my loyal subscriber. Peace.